Go.
She'll be like, when?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Honey's Closet with Vix and Honey. We are here on this 4th of July weekend, and we're going to just get going. So, you know what you need to do. Grab yourself a cocktail, something to snack on, or your drink of choice. Come step inside the closet and come sip, chat, and chill with us.
What's the trending topic? Who got the ears to the gossip? Which radio station is the hottest? And if it's sweet like honey, then I got it. If you don't tune in, then you're wrong. Honey, cause I know what's really going on. So tell me something good, tell me something good. You better turn up the volume in every hood. Which clubs really poppin'? Who clothesline rockin'? What show should I be watching?
Just real quick and to it, the point. So, what's up, Vix?
Hey,
You've been a traveling diva. You wasn't here last week.
I'm so sorry. I know I missed a
Don't
lot.
be. That's okay. Chris Bass was stepped in and took your place and did an amazing job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but they loved him, so that's cool.
Yeah, Chris is amazing. So we thank Chris for stepping. Anytime Chris is in the closet, it's amazing. I want to get Mr. Lee, up in here. I don't know what's up with Molly Michaels. He just be dissing me so much lately. I don't know what's up with him, but the goal is to get Lee Michaels up in here one day as well. The guru of radio, as we call him. I call him the godfather of radio. But anyways, welcome back to Honey's Closet. Today, we're not going to be as long as we normally are because it is 4th of July weekend. There's a lot of things. I know Vix has some plans for tonight, and as well as I do. So we're going to get right into just a topic that has been popping up all over the place. I did get an email back question about this a couple of months ago, and I just kind of was like, I'll put this one on the threshold for a little bit. But then I seen it pop up on Instagram today, and I thought, let me dig this up and let's discuss. So the topic is, do you think you can be in a healthy, not just a relationship, but a healthy, good relationship if your partner's family does not like you? If the family doesn't like you, do you think it will be successful? Yes and no, and why not? And so,
I mean, I think you can be successful, but it's not going to be as fulfilling as it would be if everybody was in a unit. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't want you at the functions. They don't. Everybody's got an attitude if you're there. You know, it's like it's just very uncomfortable. And then you got to think about, why don't they like you? I mean, is it because they like the ex more, or is it because you did something and they know about it? I mean, it's little things that you got to think about. So I mean, but it could work if the two people in it want it to work. You know what I mean? It's just not the same.
hey Rocky, what do you say? Y'all gonna be late for that poll, huh? You know it. You know it, Rocky. You know it.
Gotta get
I have
those
a little
tips.
pole. I
Right?
have a little bitty pole, so I just swing a little bit. But so I think it could cause problems. Here's my fear of being in a relationship, especially I'm talking about a real relationship where you guys are talking about we're gonna be together, we're gonna be married, this is gonna be a relationship, and the family doesn't like you. Because here's the problem I would have with it. As soon as something happens or something goes sour, are you going to be blamed? Like, I can't even be around my family because of you, or
Hmm.
will that blame come back on you? And that's a fear that I have with being in a relationship with someone and the family doesn't like you. Can you imagine
Oh,
if
if they
you
don't
have a
like
good
you,
family?
ooh, that's terrible. Yeah, being the
You
person
know,
that they don't like, it's. I mean, it would be awkward even being around them and trying to. You know what I mean? Like talk and be like short, cordial with everybody, and you just know they're just not feeling you. That's a little embarrassing. Then you don't want to go to the functions because people are going to have attitude and treat you a certain type of
different.
way.
And then your
And
mate, whether it's he or she, your mate goes without you, and that's not a good look.
or what if they try to hook him up or her up with somebody else because they really don't like you? So if one of their
Yeah.
friends like you, they kind of
They
like want to
invite
be
the ex
pushing it. You know what I
over,
mean?
knowing she's not
Yeah.
here.
So that's
I
good.
think that it's up to you to draw the line on that. Like, but you're not going to disrespect my husband or my wife.
Right, of course.
You're not going to do that. And but that still would be something, especially like you said, depending on what the issue is, why they don't like you. Some people are just ratchet and just don't like change,
Right.
So we don't like her. Maybe she or he is taking the wife or husband away from the family, which in reality, that's how it's supposed to be. It's in the Bible. When a man takes
they like that. Like mothers, sometimes mothers get like that with sons, right? Like they're used to their son being taking care of them and doing for them, especially like if it's a single mom and that's her son and she's had him and now all of a sudden it's a wife and now it's like she's second and it's not, she don't like it, so she just automatically don't like the woman because she feels like, oh, he's gonna make her first and they start doing this competing type of thing, like I need my son to do this and come over here to my house for this and that, you know what I mean? Stuff.
Well, coming from a mother with 3 sons, single mother with 3 sons, it could be,
and I didn't even think about that when I said it. So
no, that's true, because here's the thing, but I understand it. Yeah. I think when my sons first started dating, it was a little hard for me. Like, oh, my babies are dating, they're not here. But my sons all live on their own except Darius, and so I'm good. I want them to be in healthy, good relationships with women who are going to keep them, grounded, keep them out of trouble. Because normally the woman is going to keep the man if it's a good relationship and the man is in love. He's maybe not hanging out so much and doing family things, and that's what you want, especially in this day and age where look at the young man who just got killed by the police, got shot 60 times by the police officer.
Oh my God.
You can't even go anywhere or make a move or do anything now, especially as a Black man. So I'm good with my sons being in relationships as long as they're healthy, good relationships, and they, they're staying away from drama and problems. So, but it is hard. It is hard because it's like, I want to see my son and,
Well, I had a stepmother. Well, my stepfather, I should say. My stepfather, his mother was like, she had 4 sons and she was still very like, I don't know if it was the culture, because some people that got the culture where the sons are supposed to take care of the mom and, in a certain type of way. And so it's kind of like, she would like expect them to pay her bills, her mortgage, different stuff like that. And so it was getting to the point where it was this competitive thing where it was like, okay, am I, going to pay for this or that? And then she would always like cry and say, you know what, I need help and you guys are not, it was just such an issue. And I think she did get to the point where she didn't like my mother because of it, because he was like, I got to take care of my family and my wife and stuff,
Well,
but
that's not his job to take care of his mother, though.
And she was married, by the way. She was married. It wasn't like she was by herself.
She's really chipping. I was going to say if she's single.
Yeah, exactly.
The sons, but it's up to you now. You raise your kids, go out and get you a man or try. I mean, it's hard to get a good man out there nowadays, but go get you someone and, hopefully live your life. But it's not the son's responsibility to take care of the mother, especially if he's taking a wife and he has a family.
Exactly.
But that has been an issue for me too. Liking your son's girlfriends and stuff like that. For the most part, I like everybody. Be happy. I want you to be happy. Long as you're treating my son right and you're not causing any issues and drama in his life, we're good. We're good. But back to the original topic of the family not liking you. I don't know how that works. Like, because that would be very scary for me. That would be very scary, I would think, for anybody to, and then you don't like them. So now y'all beefing all the time. And there's so much disrespect in the world now. This generation of people nowadays think that respect is only given when it's given. Did I say that right? Respect is only given it's given back. Let me say that. And that's not how we grew up.
Right.
You respect a guy you're dating's mother, regardless. You respect her. And you might lead her and say, I hate that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
But then it's just like there are some mother-in-laws that are something else though. They can be hello.
Hey,
they can be something else.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's really hard. Because what do you do? Because mothers can be a mess.
Oh, because here's the thing. Because my husband, so he has 2 brothers, and the mother does not like the other 2 women at all. I'm the only one she likes, and she don't like them. Like she doesn't want them. She just don't like them. And I'm thinking, why? She goes, and at first I thought, well, because of some of the things that they would do, she assumed that it had to do with the wife telling them to do it, and it was decisions that the sons made, like, okay, I'm going to do this or that. But she's automatically thinking the wife must have told him to do it, and that's why he's behaving a certain way. And oh, I know it's because of her, and yada 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 kind of stuff. And I'm just like, well, why don't you have a conversation with her and ask her? Because you know how I am about just talk to people, have a conversation. But some people, they feel like, no, I know my son, and he wouldn't do that unless she has something to do with it.
Well, a woman or a man can change a woman.
Right? They just start to change, and start to see things differently when they get older, and when they do get married, they might think, well, you know what, my mom has always been X, Y, Z, and you know what, I don't really like that anymore. I don't like that she's trying to control me, or whatever she's doing, or the way she lives, or whatever the reason is. You know what I mean?
It's also too when you really fall in love with someone. If you really fall in love with someone, you're like, okay, this is it. You start wanting to do things and build that family with your mate, and you start realizing, I do have to
kind of step back and say,
I got to
take care of
my family.
And
you can still be there for your mother, but and it
was just certain things. Like, she was just, I think it was just I don't know what it was, the way the women just were raised, or the way they conducted themselves, or whatever it was. It was just, I was like, wow, okay, I hope I don't get to that. Everybody kept saying, okay, you'll see.
Well,
I'm like, well, I don't know.
You have to know how to respect people too, and respect those boundaries. As like, you know what, that's his mother. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm knock on wood. I don't think I've ever dated someone and their mother didn't like me. Because I've always been respectful. I I didn't over,
right. Try to make them, because I think that's the worst thing sometimes people can do, is like try to be extra, like try to do extra things to make them like them, and it's like it never works that way. You just got to be you. They like you, they do, or they don't. I mean, as long as you're respectful. I mean, there's really no reason they shouldn't like you, unless they are, like you say, just have a certain reason because they're jealous that their son is, I'm saying son, but daughter, whatever, it's not going to be the same because they're married to somebody or whatever. But
now let's just stretch into this a little bit. So, because you said son or daughter, so we know that when it's the son, the mother could be a little bit more, on the
jealous side, kind of,
a little bit more jealous.
Oh, but the daddies,
whatever. But what about the fathers? What about the fathers with their daughters?
It's like he's never good enough, right? That's pretty much the thing.
So the fathers can be like, oh, he's not good enough for my daughter.
Exactly. You're right. Yeah.
Right?
No matter what he does, he's always this buster. What does he think he's doing? Who does he think he is? I mean, he's just always like it's like, okay, that does go, like, if he doesn't treat her as well as I treat her, then he ain't good enough, period. Whatever, right. So that's a different.
I have a guest that just popped in. They're making faces at me. But we're talking about, me and you had this conversation before. If you're dating someone and the family doesn't like them, is that a problem? Can the relationship work if the family doesn't like the mate? So
now I had one that they didn't like, and it was so uncomfortable.
They didn't like you?
They didn't like him, of course, right? Who would like me?
That's what I say. Everybody likes me.
Everybody. No, but unless I came in a shady way, but I wouldn't know I was being shady. I'm like, oh, I didn't know all that was happening before I got here. But yeah, they would make it very vocal that they didn't like him.
Really?
To the point where it's embarrassing. I'm like, come on.
Somebody I know, is it? Is somebody I know really good? No.
Oh. Oh, you mean that treated them that way?
Is it? It's your mom, right?
No, my aunt. She's like the worst. Like my mom,
somebody that I know really, 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 really well.
No. Who? No. That I dated? Oh no. No. That was the one before the reckless, horrible one.
Oh yeah.
Of course, nobody likes him. Of course, nobody liked him. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. She made it vocal, like it was terrible. She was just too much. I'm like, whoa. But yeah, it was very just. So that it's not cool.
Let me see how I turn my phone. What'd you say? He says, why didn't they like him?
Because he was a hoodlum. He was an idiot. He was an idiot. That's why. And I knew
He
he was
was
an
a
idiot
thug,
too.
Vixx. He was a thug.
Oh yeah, he was worse than that. He was the worst thing I could have ever. Yeah.
Most good girls are like thugs, though.
I don't even know
Okay.
what that was about because he wasn't like that when I met him. I don't know. It just went south. But anyway, yeah, I think everybody got one of those in their life somewhere. Somebody gets a bad seed. I think you get stuck with them, or you're lucky enough to let them go. I don't know, or get out of it, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. People tend to, just pick and choose they like. But
see,
so,
because yeah, we won't get into that conversation. We'll still check.
but the question, so you think a relationship can work if the families don't like the
I
man?
mean, like I said, if the two people are just pretty much secluded and they're just together with themselves and they don't really have a lot of those super tight family ties, probably. But if you're super tight with your family, it's going to be a problem, a mess. I just think so because if you're tight with them and they always have functions and they always have things you don't want them not to invite them and then you not go because they're like, well, I got to invite this idiot because she won't come if I don't, and then we don't like him, so everybody's like, ugh. Okay, he has to come. All right, fine. But we don't like him. And they got this little vibe going on, and so it's like a girl too. That women. Oh yeah, look at her. Look how she's dressed. Look at her.
She's cute. She thinks she's something.
Oh, you know what I mean? And I can't stand her. You see what she's doing? It's just a topic for discussion.
It's almost like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
And then if you don't go, it's like, okay, now you're secluding yourself from your family.
So have you ever, outside of the one you mentioned, have you ever dated someone and you was like, I know my family's not gonna like this person. This is not gonna work because my family's not gonna like this person.
Pretty much every I've ever dated. Every single one. No. Yeah, that one. For sure.
I dated someone before and I knew the second weekend, I knew this is not going to work. I knew my brother wasn't going to like him. I knew my children weren't going to, and that's like the most important thing to me. So I'm like, this ain't going to work. But I kept pushing, right? This shit ain't going to work. This is not going to, it's going to be a fight at the first function. Fight at the first function. So it's just, so you see those red flags and you're like, oh my God. Like
you're like, I'm embarrassed to even show up with them. Like, this is just uncomfortable. As soon as I get out the car, I'm like, oh God, here we go. What are you doing with that? How did that come in the house?
Just yeah. Huh. Yeah. Well, all thugs are not bad.
Which thug they ain't bad? That's why they're thugs. What would make
so just because somebody's a thug, well, let's not use the word thug. Thug is a bad word. That little gangster guy, that little
Okay, who's gonna like him? Nobody, unless your whole family's gangster. If your whole family's like that, then they won't care. They're
somebody wants you to have a gangster though,
That's what I'm saying. If that's your family, they're like, oh, okay. They might like it, but depends on where
I guess it also depends on if you're a family gangster. So
right, that's what I'm saying. If he's from the wrong side or whatever, but hey, if he's not,
oh, you dating the blood, and we all cribs. So
no, we got a yeah.
It's a war. No, we're joking. We're joking, guys. We're joking.
Yeah.
At my age, we shouldn't even have those problems. It's like we're gonna all get along. But yeah, I don't know. I think I personally think it would be a fear of mine to know that, especially if it's just somebody you're seeing, it's like, okay, we just seeing each other. It don't matter. But it's somebody you're gonna be with, and you say, okay, I'm gonna marry this person, and we're gonna be together forever. That's the plan, and their family don't like you, or
some people, man, they can be so in love with somebody. Yeah, scary, but they can be so in love with somebody that they'll be like, I don't care what my family thinks. And like I said, it depends on the family, and maybe if it's traditional, like, oh, in our culture, you only supposed to marry XYZ, and you're not. Then I can understand where it's like, you know what, I don't care because I'm not I won't say raised that way, but I don't think that way anymore. I'm in America, we and we love everybody, whoever we're in love with, that's what matters, kind of thing. Because you know what I'm saying, when people have a culture and they're like, no, we're from a certain, culture, and we have to, be married to our own, I guess I'll say, right, or religion. And then somebody comes in and they like, well, you're not our religion, or you're not from our culture, so we're not going to accept you. That, I think, it might be a little different because it's like, well, depends on the person, but it's still going to be tough because those type of cultures have tight-knit families. You know what I mean?
I think like you said, if the person really loves you, they may say, I don't care what my family thinks, I don't care. But as soon as something goes wrong,
Oh yeah.
as soon as some shit goes wrong, they're gonna come back and say, I can't be around my family because your ass, and blame you. And it's like,
I left my family for you,
I
and
left my family for you. They don't even
look
like
what
you,
you did to
bitch.
me.
They don't like
Yeah.
you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I'll be like, you and your family can get it. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not going till 8:00. We're ending in a few minutes because Vixx has to go somewhere. Okay. Love you too. He said hi.
Hi.
He said hi. Okay. We have special guests. My
Yes.
incognito guest.
I got another one here that's just dying to show their face.
Yes. So we have a special guest tonight. And she is an up and coming podcaster herself, I believe.
and a fashionista and a
fashionista and a model and everything else. And she is a diva. And so, Vixx, I'm gonna let you introduce this guest.
Okay, come here. This is Zyla. Can you see her? You can't see her. She.
Come get your lap or something.
There we go. Hi. Say hello.
No, don't get shy now. Don't get shy now.
Back here cracking paper, laughing, everything she could do to get some attention so we could see her. So say hello. Say how you doing.
Hi, Zyla. How are you?
Good.
How old are you?
She didn't got camera shy on us. She didn't forget how old she is.
You didn't get shy.
You know how old you are?
6.
There you go. All right. See? So she just had to show her say hello to everybody. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You good? You happy now?
That's all you was gonna give us after all that we were doing before the show. That's all you giving us?
No dance, no nothing, no singing. Oh, you weren't ready for that, huh? Okay, we'll be done in a minute. This is who I got to do. I got to deal with fireworks, and I got to deal with that. Yeah. Don't touch that.
So you're going to a fireworks show, Zyla?
She wants to do something. Yeah. Excuse us. She had to get her drink too.
Oh, okay. So cheers, Ms. Zyla.
Okay.
So are you going to a fireworks show?
Don't touch it. You're gonna make it fall.
I can't see my drink.
On this side, you got to go the opposite way. There you go. There you go. Okay, put it down. Yeah,
Wait,
so that's it. Oh, she had to have the drink too. She had to take a drink too. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right. She's gonna be with me for a month, so we'll see how this goes. On co-hosting.
You're gonna be co-hosting with us for a month. This is gonna be amazing.
Yes. Yeah, so. Okay. She's like, oh, can I get back into the camera now? Or are you just gonna hog the thing? Can you sit over there?
Anything you want to say to the people that may
anything
want
special you want to say? Anything special? Some words of wisdom. Do you have anything really smart that you want to tell them, like intelligent? Like, what do you think you should tell little girls and boys to do? Like, to what? Be safe, and what do you want to tell them?
Don't talk to strangers.
Anything special? I'll let you think about it over there, okay? And then you let me know when you're ready. Okay? Okay, go over there and sit down right there and tell me when you're ready.
Bye, Zyla.
Bye-bye.
All that she was like dying. We had to like bribe her.
Everything. By the way, she's pulling her chair next to me now. Okay.
Now she's back. She's woken up.
You're on TV, so shh.
What's cute?
What she say?
I don't know.
Okay, so if you catch this podcast later, because we're only gonna go 30 minutes tonight because we have previous engagements and this is a holiday weekend, but we just kind of want to stop in and show Zyla's pretty face and give you a little bit of Honey's Closet. So we want to know your opinions. Can a relationship work if the parents don't like one of the mates? Can a relationship work if the family doesn't like the mate? I want to know people's opinion because I think there's a lot of people in relationships like that right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And so what's our next? You don't know yet. We'll pick a topic later. Okay. I was thinking about too when mates don't support your dreams and support your
So if mates don't
aspirations
support
and,
dreams,
yeah, but
oh, we can talk about that too. That's a good one because that happens.
that's tough.
Married.
Yeah.
You know, those people who don't believe in dreams, that you're never gonna make it. And the weakness that you have because you believe it, you fall short for that, right? So there's people out there that can definitely put that into you. So that is amazing. I want to pray for I just want everybody to pray for the families out there. That young man who was shot down.
Wow, I didn't know.
Fired at him 90 times. He was hit 60 times. He had no weapon. And you know, we hear these stories every day. You know what I want to say before we go though? I want to say something. I'm sorry. In our generation of entertainers, when they did concerts and shows, they prepared. Janet Jackson prepared. She worked out. She went on a diet. She rehearsed for months. She put on an amazing show. The same for all other entertainers in our era. You know, New Edition, Keith Sweat. I've seen like 6 or 7 of their concerts. They rehearse and they get out there and they put on an amazing show. But this generation now, Nicki Minaj put on a show the other night and could barely breathe. With the exception of Lil' Kim, who performed at the BET Awards, and I don't know what the hell Lil' Kim was doing. She looked like a lawnmower. I don't know what she was doing. She came out. She couldn't even get on cue. Puffy had to help her. It was a tribute to Puffy. But a lot of these women, especially, they got these fake bodies, and they're this, and they're drinking, and
they're not taking care of themselves.
They're not taking care of themselves.
Satisfaction.
And they're not rehearsing. They're not preparing for their shows. So there's no way Nicki Minaj should not be able to keep up and do a show without having to stop and breathe. And they're not, it's just
Wow.
And these entertainers are just, they're drinking. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen the verses last week with Ray J, and it's been, Ray J and all of them, and he got up there with his son and sound horrible.
They just don't care. Is that what it is? They're just getting away with just being sloppy.
Wow. All they want to do is drink and hang out, and then.
But that's always been where celebrities and stars, but I think they're just kind of being sloppy with it now, like where it's not being edited, it's not being, fixed or any kind of way. You got to be live. You can't do it like a fake tape or nothing. But they just, so they just being sloppy. They don't care. That's not respectful to your fans that came out to see you.
It is not. Listen here. Get yourself together. Spend some time not drinking.
Take care of yourself. So you can be around a long time. Yeah.
Take care of your voice. Work out so that when you're singing and rapping or whatever you're doing,
give yourself a freaking
do it without having to stop and breathe. I mean, you got to breathe, but Janet Jackson put on a show last night. It was on Hulu. Tore it up because she prepares for her show. I seen her rehearsing for her show. She exercised. Janet Jackson, when she doesn't have an album out or doing a show, gains weight. She's living her life. When she knows she's going to go on tour or whatever, she goes on a strict diet. She works out. She takes care of her voice, and she puts on a phenomenal show. The same with New Edition, Keith Sweat, a lot of people. But these rappers and a new generation of artists, I'm not going to say all, but the majority that I see, they cannot put on a show because they cannot. One, they're trying to be too cute and half naked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not cute. It's just annoying to me. So
I think too, it comes with age and wisdom of just being a business person. You know what you're supposed to do. You take care of it. You take care of things like a business. You do it like you're supposed to do. You be professional. And like I said, you put on a show for people. They come to see you. They pay their money. Show them some respect. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So okay. Well, with that being said, I just seen some stuff and I was just like, okay, I'm over it. Sila, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We look forward to seeing you next week. Maybe we'll have a kids-friendly show where we talk about something you want to talk about for kids. So we'll take 30 minutes of the show and dedicate it to kids.
That sound good?
Come up with the topic.
Bullying in school or something? You want to talk about when kids bully in school? We can talk about that. Because you had that problem, didn't you? You had some issues with that, right? Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. So get your topic together. Vixx, have fun. You guys enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to everybody. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Drink responsibly.
Right, exactly.
And just pray for our country because we need it. We do.
Yes.
Follow me, Miss Radio Host, pretty much on everything. I think my TikTok is Honey's Closet 1. Vixx, you just follow you here. I don't know.
Yeah.
don't work with me. Incognito. So if you reach her, reach me. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, Honey's Closet TV. Until next week, God bless. Bye, Zyla.
Bye.
Bye. Subscribe to your channel.